Hello, you wonderful people. My name is Gnomesane, and this is another episode of Music Monday. So I'm trying to make this less scripted so it doesn't sound as formal. I'm gonna see how this works, and then we'll just play it by ear, I guess. So for week 2 for Music Monday, we're gonna be talking about another black band in honor of Black History Month. This band is actually called Death, and you're probably like, what? Black band called Death? Well, let me tell you about them. They originally formed in 1971. They were a funk band, but then after watching The Who perform, then they ended up switching to being a rock band. But instead of being looked at as a rock band nowadays, they're looked at more as being a proto-punk band or a punk band. You know, I just like to call them a punk band because I feel like that's just a lot easier. You know, I mean, to me, these guys are the first punk band, and a lot of people see it in that way too. And these guys were just visionaries for their time. I mean, you're thinking of the 70s. You know, you have bands like Pink Floyd, the Rolling Stones, The Who, Led Zeppelin. Death actually was supposed to mean something completely different than death. It was supposed to spin the image of death around from a negative to a positive, and I think they did that very well with how like the music that they were making. It was just fantastic. Unfortunately, though, their sound didn't catch on at the time because it was completely ahead of its time. And they suffered a similar fate to the New York Dolls, where they established this trend, and it was just no one even knew them for it. I guess the best way to describe them is probably if you mix Jimi Hendrix and the Ramones together. That is usually what I think of, because you've got these great guitar solos, you've got just pure rock and roll, but it's so punk rock at the same time, and that's what I think the best part of that whole thing is. Their first album, For the World to See, was just a collection of songs from a proposed studio album. There's only 7 songs on it, so it didn't even get completed. Now, Death was, they originally ended in 1976, and the band members went off to go do separate things, but in the wake of being rediscovered by a good portion of the punk population, well, not even just the punks, just people in general, they reformed in 2009. They released a new album titled New, April 21st of last year, in 2015. And as well as, these guys actually were able to be featured in a Tony Hawk game. Fortunately, it was number 5, so it wasn't the best one to be featured in, but still, nonetheless, that's still something to be proud of, at least. At least I think so. That's all for this episode of Music Monday. Let me know what you guys think, and I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know what you think about the unscripted part, because I kind of want to see where it goes from here, and see how I did. But I hope you guys have a good rest of your day, and peace out, Girl Scouts.